Today we're looking at Magic's most unusual mana dorks. These are cards that aren't exactly online to produce 1 mana. They're a little funny. They do things a little bit differently. Okay, I'm going to start off with a Jiraga Tree Speaker. It's a green elf druid. But this elf, it comes up short. This elf doesn't produce any mana. In fact, it's got to learn how to produce mana for 2 mana. So you got to invest a little bit to get a little bit back. And once you get it to level 1, it can tap to add double green to your mana pool. In fact, it can tap to keep reinvesting in itself to level it up all the way to level 5. So after you spent an entire 10 mana to this thing, all elves you control have tap and add double green to your mana pool. It's only a 1/4 creature though, so it only knows how to make the mana around there. We're gonna move on with John. John's got Lotus Guardian. So we're looking for quirky mana dorks. Things are this is actually, it's not only is it an unusual mana dork, it's probably one of the worst mana dorks of all time here. It is 7 mana. That's right, you heard that correctly. A 7 mana 4/4. That's probably the better part of this card. With flying, but it also taps to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. I have no idea what you're ramping into if you play the Lotus Guardian. I guess you could tinker into this. To ramp into something else, if that makes like any sense whatsoever. Well, okay, we got next up, we got Matthew Green with a Hydro-Man count. Let's go take a look at Hydro-Man. Since it turns into a land. Oh, you know what? I'm absolutely gonna count that. Exactly what we're talking about today. So this is a blue 2/2 elemental villain. Whenever you cast a blue spell, if Hydro-Man is a creature, he gets +1/+1 until end of turn. But here's the deal. At the beginning of your end step, untap Hydro-Man until your next turn. He becomes a land and gains tap, add a blue. He's not a creature during that time. You know, I absolutely count a card like this. Very unusual mana dork. It's basically a 2 mana 2/2, but like the way that he gets to making the mana, it's a bit weird. Highly unusual. Islarv's like, let's be honest, Deathrite Shaman. Okay, do you know what? You know, we take for granted this card. It is actually a weird mana dork. 1 mana 1/2. Elf Shaman, tap, exile target land card from a graveyard, add 1 mana of any color. This card is borderline worthless in Pioneer. It probably should see way more play than it actually does. It's borderline worthless because there are no fetch lands in Pioneer, or there are very few fetch lands. So it's a little hamstrung in that format. Probably deserves a little bit more play though, that being said. But anyway, Deathrite Shaman is a bit of a weird one. Absolutely Deathrite counts. But it's been done already. You're a little slow on the draw. Comment was just beneath Islarv's. Okay, we've got Citadel with the Twitching Doll. Let's take a look at Twitching Doll. Loves the Twitching Doll, apparently. Big heart emoji. 2 mana for a 2/2. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Put a nest counter on your Twitching Doll. And tap sacrifice Twitching Doll. Create a 2/2 green spider creature token with reach. For each counter on Twitching Doll, activate only as a sorcery. The more mana you produce, the more this thing twitches. The more it twitches, the more spiders that just come out of absolute nowhere. Random Mage with Heritage Druid. It's interesting. A lot of the weirder... Oh, sorry. No, this is... I was thinking about another card. This is equally just very unusual. We have a green 1/1. Tap 3 untap elves you control. Add triple green to your mana pool. It's funny, like, okay, you tap 3 elves to get 3 green. Why can't we divide this into 3 pieces? Like, what, the Heritage Druid doesn't know how to make its own mana? It needs a team effort? Everyone has apparently their own contribution to making the green mana in the kitchen. Okay, next up, we've got Toads with Urlock. No, you're locked. Okay, you're lock of Scorch Thrash? What kind of name is this? Oh, this thing. It's a 4 mana 4/4 vigilance. A player losing unspent mana causes that player to lose that much life. And for 1 mana tap, each player, including yourself, you're going to get Jund mana. You get 3 mana in your mana pool. Spend it wisely. Yeah, it brings mana burn back in a strange way. Tolarian Academy is not a mana dork. So Mana Dork is going to be defined as a creature that can produce mana. That's what we're going to define as a Mana Dork today. So it can't be a land, it can't be an artifact. It's got to be a creature. And we'll say it doesn't always have to be a creature when it's adding mana, but it does have to start off as a creature, one way or another. Rugal with thieving varmint. Dang Narbit, you thieving varmint. We have a 2-mana 2/1 varmint. Death Touch and Lifelink. Tap, pay 1 life, add 2 mana of any one color. Spend this mana, only cast spells you don't own. How? Spend this mana, only cast spells you don't own. Oh, it's one of those. So there are those cards out there that are like reveal cards. Everybody reveals a card from the top of their library, and you may cast those cards for any mana until end of turn. So this is a type of card that will let you play and cast other people's cards, and apparently amazingly, this adds double the mana. It's actually really good in those types of decks. Looks really good. Yeah, exile opponent spells. Absolutely, Yu-Chan. Okay, next up we actually have a super chat from Matthew Green. Thank you so much, Matthew Green. You opened the door with Hydro Man. Now it's, yeah, I have no problem opening the door. Eric's Methus, Slumbering Isle. No, yes, okay. Yes, 100% this counts. It's a 4-mana 12/12 Kraken, but it enters tapped with 5 slumber counters on it, which makes it a pretty bad mana dork. As long as Eric's Methus has a slumber counter on it, it's a land. Whenever you cast a spell, you may remove a slumber counter from Eric's Methus. Tap to add 2 mana, a green and a blue, which makes it a terrible, terrible mana dork. Just enters the battlefield doing nothing. It's going to enter the battlefield asleep. It's going to take a while to wake up. And you know what? It's been daylight savings time, and I think that thing's going to be sleeping even a little bit longer than usual. Not saying to choose it, but would Ragavan count? No, Ragavan would not count. Not count Ragavan as a mana dork. It's pretty close, though. I've been playtesting a little bit with Ragavan lately in Merfolk, and it's pretty close. Dark Ginger with Black Market Tycoon. This is a 2-mana 2/2. At the beginning of your upkeep, Black Market Tycoon deals 2 damage to you for each treasure you control, so better use them. Tap to create a treasure token. It's a bit weird. I mean, so you can like save your mana in some capacity. It's a physical version of those cards. So like add a mana to your mana pool, and if you don't spend it, it stays in your mana pool for forever. But in this case, it stays on the battlefield forever. Pretty cool card, I would say. Yu-Chan says Eric's Methus is like a Simic growth chamber, basically in a very, very weird way. Does firebending count? Depends on the card, I guess. Like it turns the lands into something. Okay, give me a firebender and we could take a look at it. We see what happens. Matthew Green says, would creatures that make things tap for more mana count, or does it have to tap for mana itself? Hey, lay me down the suggestion. I think I would allow it. This is a show about cards that weirdly add more mana. So it's like it's sort of a, I don't want to say it's purely a mana accelerator of some sort, like, but they are all mana accelerators in some way. Okay, Trisaru with Freya Crescent. Freya Crescent is a red 1/1. It's a Rat Knight. It's got jump. We saw this the other day, didn't we? Or how many cards have jump? During your turn, Freya Crescent has flying. Okay, great. Tap to add a red. Spend this mana only to cast equipment spells or activate an equip ability for those equipment people out there. In reality, if you want to make things cheaper on your equipment, you need that legendary companion that makes all cost activated abilities of like 2 less. So I believe that card works. I think that card works. Next up, this is a great one from Mark. We've got Runaway Steamkin. Okay, let's go. Runaway Steamkin is a 2-mana 1/1 elemental. Whenever you cast, a red spell. If Runaway Steamkin has fewer than 3 +1/+1 counters on it, put a +1/+1 counter on Runaway Steamkin. Remove 3 +1/+1 counters from Runaway Steamkin to add triple red to your mana pool. Hated this card the most when Arena first came out because it was like one of the best red cards that beat the crap out of you and help accelerate into even more obnoxious red cards. We also have Dark Ginger with the super chat. Cody, is that the card you cannot have creatures or something? Or you can't have permanents? What is it? You can't cast permanent spells. That sounds awful. It just sounds awful. But it's 3 mana, 1/4, and for 4 mana, tap, add 5 mana. So we are ending up with more than we started with. It's not pure filtering. So we spend 4 to gain 5. When you cast your next spell this turn, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile an instant or sorcery card with lesser mana value. Until end of turn, you may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Put each other card exiled this way on the bottom of your library in a random order. What a weird card. That's such a fantastic ability, but you're not allowed to cast permanent spells. No permanent spells for us, I guess. Okay, next. Okay, Free Fire Full says there's only a few firebending cards. So how about Firebending Student? I have a feeling a lot of these bending cards are going to work. So for 2 mana, it's a 1/2 with Prowess. Firebending X, where X is this creature's power. Whenever this creature attacks, add X red mana. Absolutely. I will count that. I mean, it's like effectively like a mana ramp show. Ideally, the cards are going to be tapping for mana, but you know what? This thing did tap. It tapped when it attacked. I like that. I like that ability. It feels like it's at ramping anyway. Mappius with Gilded Goose. Another card that doesn't actually add mana by itself. It's a green 0/2 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, you get a food token. What was it, like food for thought? Is it food for thought or thought for food? Well, first, the Gilded Goose created thought for food and then food for thought. For 2 mana, tap can create another food token, but tap sack of food to add 1 mana of any color. But you have no food, you have no mana. I love bouncing the food tokens. Works perfectly. Next super chat we have from Pacers Fan Forever. Slow Bad, Iron Golem. Oh, sorry, Iron Goblin. Caught myself there in the end. All right, Slow Bad. How bad are you? 3 mana, 3/3 bad. It is legendary Phyrexian Goblin Artificer. Tap, sack an artifact. Add an amount of red equal to the sacrifice artifact's mana value. Spend this mana only to cast artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. It is an artificer. Definitely as advertised. Basically turning scrap metal into some other scrap metal out there. Michael Ing with Weathered Weathered Wayfarer. Weathered Wayfarer is a white 1/1, and for a white tap, search your library for a land card, reveal it between your hand, then shuffle. Activate only if an opponent controls more lands than you. Okay, well, we'll sort of count this. This is very loose. It's technically not ramp. It technically doesn't add mana. It like searches for a land, but okay, I'll allow it. When you run out of lands, I guess this does sort of turn into ramp. But you have to also spend mana on this. Very, very loose. Tomorrow's there going to be a morning show? Yes, 100%. Remember, for just a reminder to everybody, the new times, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, Tuesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, just like you're all here right now. But before we go on looking at more of the most unusual mana dorks in Magic the Gathering, I'll tell you where you can buy them from. You can get them from FusionGamingOnline.com. Today's sponsor, my favorite sponsor, in fact. The Fusion Open's happening this weekend. There's going to be Commander Modern and a free Standard Open. In fact, I didn't think I was going to actually participate in that Standard Open, but it's free. It's a good price. So I'm going to play in it, and where I'm going to get my cards for that tournament, I'm going to get them at FusionGamingOnline.com. I got to get, need a lot of Merfolk from Lorna Eclipse. I'm going to make a Merfolk deck in Standard. They said it can't be done. Whatever, they say a lot of things. When I buy those cards, I'm going to use coupon code Nikachu to get 5% off all my purchases. And if you do it, it also supports the channel, but also gives you that 5% off. So yeah, do that. I would appreciate it. I would love it. Okay, next up, what are we got the Silent Ninja. Speaking up here. Jasmine. I was thinking you were talking about Jasmine from Aladdin, and at some point we're probably going to get that. Jasmine Boreal of the 7. Oh, there's 2 Jasmine Boreals in this game. Finally made it to one of these lives, and you finally gave us a fantastic card. 3 mana, 2/4. Tap to add a white and a green. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells with no abilities. Good God, that sounds terrible. No abilities? So what, just vanilla creatures? Creatures you control with no abilities can't be blocked by creatures with abilities. So basically, we're giving every creature the ability to not be blocked. So every creature is like, cannot be blocked, which is a powerful ability. You know, don't get me wrong, that's really strong. Unless this thing dies. And then the rest of your stuff is probably going to die with it. It's the only problem there. That's so specific. That's what today's show is all about, basically. Very specifically weird cards. Joe the Duck with Mona Lisa. The Science Geek. This is Mona Lisa? Oh, I guess this is a turtle character. 3 mana for a 1/3. Reach. Tap. Add X mana of any one color, where X is Mona Lisa's power. Oh! This looks like such a overpowered commander card to me. Like you'd like giant growth this thing and then tap it for like 4 mana. There's only 21 cents though. Interesting. Probably good value. Someone's gonna make something good out of this card. Yeah, the Vanilla Kindred for that last card. Next up, Argentina with Apprentice Wizard. Oh, it's the blue thing. It's that blue card. Double blue and a generic for a 0/1 human wizard. And for a blue tap, we add 3 colorless mana. I think, is this like the only mana dork in blue? Or maybe it's one of very, very few cards. Very, very, very few. Toad says, how about a show where we suggest cards that represent coffee croosters? I'd be the old man of the sea. Well, I don't know how everyone would represent... Well, I mean, I guess everyone could represent themselves in a card, I suppose. You all have to do the job. Maybe yours will be easy to identify, Toads. Yeah, you can be the old man of the sea. We got GL. Good luck, have fun. Good game, well played. I must be a real gamer to read your username. Should I get into this game? There's a mobile version. Is it worth it? It is free. It's called MTG Arena. It's completely free. In fact, if you grind long enough on it, you can build a completely powered tier deck to beat anything. It's just that if you want to play millions of decks, it's basically economically impossible unless you start dumping some money into it. But it's completely free. Go look it up. It's available for iOS and for Android. Yeah. Yeah, free as long as you don't spend money on it. That's the key there. You got to not spend money on it. If you value your time more than money, you're going to spend money. If you value money more than time, then don't spend any of it. Don't play this game unless you have a deep pocket. That doesn't apply to MTG Arena, in my opinion. We got Sager with Fane the Broker. A lot of new cards I've never seen before on today's show. 3 mana for a 3/3 legendary creature. Tap, sack a creature, put 2+1/+1 counters on target creature. Tap, remove a counter from a creature you control. Create a treasure token. There we go. Tap, sack an artifact. Create a 2/1 white and black inkling creature token with flying. And for 4 mana, untap your Fane the Broker. This is a very unusual mana dork. Also seems to kill people. You know, it's funny, if we sacrifice our own creature, it's like a noble thing to do. If we kill somebody else's creature, that's like a murder. Very, very weird how this game works, you know, right? You know what I mean? We got Cullen here. James Wandering Is that real? James Wandering. Sounds like an uncard. Also sounds like it might not even be real. It's a real card. 3 3 mana, 2/4. It's a human scientist. Tap to add double colorless. Spend this mana only to activate abilities. But hey, there's a lot of activated abilities out there. Also has Follow Him and Adventure for double blue and X. Investigate X times. It's good value. It's very, very good value, in my opinion. Okay, Paces Fan Forever also wants a super chat. Ashling Flame Dancer. This is a 4 mana 4/4. You don't lose unspent mana as steps and phases end. It's got Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, discard a card, then draw a card. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, Ashling Flame Dancer deals 2 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. If it's the third time, you add quadruple mana. It reminds me of what's it called? Omnath. Omnath sort of has like a big add a bunch of mana ability for land drops. In Fallout 3, the first half of the game is trying to find James. Well, we found him. There he is. I see you, James. James has been found. Steve Cooper with Thermopod. I'll tell you what's not pay to win. Well, okay, sorry. The show is pay to win technically. But everyone, if you've never been part of the show, make sure you put an NCY in front of your card suggestion, and I will search you out because I want you all to at least have one card suggested on the show. I want everyone to be a contributor, just like Steve Cooper over here. Thermopod, a 5 mana 4/3, and for a snow, gains haste until end of turn. Sacrifice a creature to also add a red to your mana pool. Not a mana. Yeah, some of these are getting. Well, look, some of these are more mana dork like. Some of them are not. I mean, if you can stick to the theme of like something gets tapped, it's great. If you can't, it's probably going to be okay anyway. You know, I'll give you extra style points if it can actually be a mana dork. Okay, Matthew Green is donating on behalf of Toads, apparently. Wild Cantor. What is that card? Something special. Okay, donation for Toads. For a 1 mana to 1/1, sacrifice the Wild Cantor to add 1 mana of any color. Yeah, something... I want to say that was dangerous at one time, but I don't remember when or why. Okay, next up, we've got... oh, you had to go there, huh, Fin Grinder? Vivi. Vivi... Oh, wait, I don't even know how to pronounce the last name. Vivi Ornatier? 3 mana 0/3. For 0, add X mana in any combination of blue and or red, where X is Vivi Ornatier's power. Activate only during your turn and only once each turn. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on your Vivi, and it deals 1 damage to each opponent. What a stupid card they had to print. Is this thing still in standard? Oh, good, it's not in standard. They banned the card. Good. It didn't deserve to be... I mean, I'll have to admit, everyone saw the power of this card, and I didn't. But, yeah, after I watched how it worked, it's complete nonsense. Cody with a cheering crowd. You don't say, from Spider-Man. All right, we got the cheering crowd. I also have a cheering crowd sound effect. 2 mana for a 2/2. At the beginning of each player's main phase, that player may put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. If they do, they add a colorless for each counter on it at the beginning of each player's main phase. So it's like the community. It's like a community chest cards. Everyone can use this card. T. Corellius with the super chat. Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. If I can spell it properly, Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. Okay, doesn't actually tap for mana like a dork, but allows them to add mana like a dork by being a land. I'm reaching maybe. No, don't worry. A lot of other people have been reaching. I would count those like, what, we counted firebending earlier. Ashaya, Soul of the Wild's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control, and non-token creatures you control are forest lands in addition to their other types. And you know what? It turns other things into mana dorks. That's a thumbs up for me. Look, we're looking at unusual cards that do unusual things. And you know what? This is all very, very unusual in my opinion. Next, what do we got? We got Jeff wants Pilipala. Pilipala. Another blue ramp card. The only untapped mana. Oh, sorry, it combos with a blue card. Okay, so for 2 mana, it's a 1/1 flyer. Pay to untap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. But here's the weird thing: like you're down mana. How can we call this a mana? It's I mean, I guess it's more like mana filtering than anything else. Very, very, very strange card. You know, mana dorks, they ramp into things. This is anti-ramp. Yeah, it's the anti-mana dork. The inverted mana dork. It's got its budget backwards over here. It's paying its boss to be at the job. To Raptors, Riven Turnbull. Isn't that a land? Oh no, it's not. Okay, it's just a big clunk. It's a 7. It's one of those 7 mana 5/7 creatures that also double as a mana dork. It's like they learned that when they were a 1 mana card and they just didn't forget it up until now. They're all grown up. One day I'm gonna grow up to be a big 5/7 creature. They still remember how to make that 1 mana. Okay, Yu-Chan wants Blight Soil Druid. Blight Soil? Sounds like it craps its pants. Still looks like it craps its pants. Okay, it's a 2 mana, 1/2. Tap, pay 1 life, add a green to your mana pool. It's simple, but it's strange. Black mana dork. Next up, we've got Super Chat from Dark Ginger. Xenagos the Reveler. I'll count. You know what? Especially when people Super Chat, it definitely counts. This is a pay-to-win show, people. Always has been, always will be. No, we'll count this one. Oh, it's not a creature though. It's a planeswalker. Yeah, I'm gonna disqualify it for that. It's got to be at least a creature. So we're gonna donate it. We'll donate it to Rin. Rin loves super chats, don't you, Rin? Gilt Leaf Alchemist. It's not a real card, Rin. I basically hold alchemy cards in the same status as like silver border cards. There's a green 1/1 elf druid, death touch. Tap, conjure a card named Forest onto the battlefield. I love it. Activate only if 2 or more elf cards are in your graveyard. Oh God. So basically there has to have been some deceased relatives around, I guess, to motivate. I don't know the lore here. Pillipala goes infinite with Grand Architect though. Yes. With another card, not by itself. Well aware. Hello Ryan, how's it going? It's going great for me. We're having a nice evening stream. Very, very nice. Very mellow. Very, very chill. Menose with Animal Attendant. What does that mean? Oh, it attends the animals. Aren't you just like a farmer? 2 mana for a 2/2 human citizen. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. If that mana is spent to cast a non-human creature spell, that creature enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Look at that. Look at you, goats. You are the goats. Gillum, we did Lotus Guardian already. Sorry about that. The touch overcost. Yeah, just a little touch overcosted. How people think Llanowar elves work back then. Oh yeah, the searching for a forest card. Oh, that is such a good point. So there were a lot of people when they looked at Llanowar elves and it's like tap add a green, that there was that forest symbol. So they just assumed it was like you had to look through your deck for a forest and like put it into play. That's basically what this is. I wonder if that was the inspiration for this. So many people screwed that up in their like marketing and playtesting with like new players. They probably realized that. Yu-Chan, you only got 1 no card yet. Didn't you get one? I swear you got one. Where is your card? You got a few cards now. Look, what was this? What was that? Now you have to go to no 2 cards yet. You haven't got a second card yet. Okay, we're going to take a look at more of these weirdest mana dorks in Magic the Gathering, but we do have to thank our other sponsor, Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online. If you want to play on the digital platform Magic Online, like I do, to play Standard, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Pauper, Pre-Modern, sometimes Commander, one-on-one Commander, don't buy all the decks. Just rent them, you silly goose. You can rent them and you play every deck, every format, whatever you want. Use coupon code Nikachu_BH2 for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription using Mana Traders. And we're going to go back to our show. Oops. Okay, Heritage Druid was done. It was very, very, very done. Okay, no, Bryce with the no card yet. Plague Mirror. What is this? Plague Mirror. 2 mana for a 1/1 with Infect. Tap to add 1 to your mana pool. Okay, this is... You know what's weird about this? This is like one of the most dangerous types of cards in Magic the Gathering. People are highly fearful of Infect. But you know, at the same time, it's just a ramp card. Doubles as a ramp card at the same time. We got Travis. Travis Snively on top of that. Metalworker. Working really hard on metal. What is it doing? Like beaming things into existence? Or like molding like a piece of hunk of metal? So 3 mana, 1/2. Tap, reveal any number of artifact cards in your hand. Add 2 colorless mana to your mana pool for each card revealed this way. No cards in your hand? No mana. Sorry. You get nothing. And you're going to be happy about it. Bryce says, Plague Mirror, the only mana dork with Infect. Oh, no, yeah. We got it. I got you, Bryce. I looked out for you. We got Soth here. Was a Bog Witch. Nope, we don't have Bog Witch yet. Okay, we got Bog Witch. 3 mana. Oh, yeah, 1 mana. Oh, sorry, 3 mana for a 1/1. It's a Spell Shaper. So all these Spell Shapers were cards that imitated other cards. They should have made a Time Walk version of this. It's probably a little bit broken, but they should have done it anyway for Cube or something. Pay a black, tap, discard a card, add triple black to your mana pool. Metalworker, bingo, look at it. Oh yeah, that's a look at it card. Look at all the cards in my hand. The unlocked with Lotus Cobra feels like a mana dork. At the time, this felt like the most lethal mana dork with fetch lands. 2 mana for a 2/1. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color. Basically felt like it was ramping into mana. Gillam, the Rasputin guy. Dreamweaver. Raspinizer. 6 mana for a 4/1. Enters the battlefield with 7 dream counters. Remove a dream counter. Add a mana, 1 generic mana to your mana pool. Remove a dream counter. Prevent 1 damage that would be dealt to Rasputin this turn. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if Rasputin started the turn untap, put a dream counter on it. Rasputin can't have more than 7 dream counters on it. Dream on, Rasputin. Christopher B. Getting a little late here, Christopher B. Maybe you actually work. Mystic Monstrosity. So this is an artifact. Ooh. What does the backside do? Okay, this is an artifact for 2 mana. For 1 tap, add 1 mana of any color. But for 5 mana, we do get to transform this card, all right? The Mystic Skull turns into Mystic Monstrosity. And it's a 5/6. And lands you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. I gotta disqualify this thing. Do I? So it's a creature... But it's not really a creature at the same time. It's not a creature when you're ramping for mana. If it had some sort of mana producing ability on the backside, I would counter. I'm not counting. Yeah, not a dork. Not dorky enough. Disqualified. Let's get. Who do we not have yet? We got Jevil with. Warping Whale is not a mana dork either. That is that's a sorcery. It's got to be a creature. So I think the only clause I have, it's got to be a creature at least. It's a mana rock on one side and a chromatic lantern on the other. Something like that, yeah. Or exactly like that. Felicia with Ashling. Rhymebound? Okay, so we want the backside. Okay, so we'll do a little switcheroo on the backside. So it's a 1/3 elemental wizard. Whenever this creature transforms into Ashling, and at the beginning of your first main phase, add 2 mana of any one color. Spend this mana only to cast spells with mana value 4 or greater. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay a red. If you do, you transform Ashling back. Nyuk, nyuk, nyuk. You said backside. I did, didn't I? Indiana Jones with Elvish Spirit Guide. Elvish. Basically a green lotus petal. Yeah, but that makes it more of an artifact. So 3 mana 2/2, exile Elvish Spirit Guide from your hand, add a green. So it burns bright and then burns up and dies. We got Morgan with Master of Dark Rites. There, this is what we're talking about. It's a black 1/1. Tap, sack another creature to add triple black. Spend this mana only to cast vampires, clerics, and or demon spells? What the hell does that mean? Oh, you could spend it on more than one creature. That's what they mean by that. So you can spend like 1 mana on a cleric, you can spend 2 mana on a vampire. With one thing's for sure, you're not going to divide this out between a demon and something else. All the demons are outrageously expensive. Is there a single demon that's like 3 or less mana? I'm going to say no, or definitely not like lower than 2. Or lower, sorry, not lower than 3. There might. I haven't looked them all up. I could look them up right now, but I'm not going to. We got Karch with Nardole. Resourceful Cyborg. I really don't like the art on this card. It looks too real. Like it just looks like a picture. I like photorealism up to a point where it still looks like art. Anyway, it's a 2 mana 1/2. Tap to add a blue for each counter on Nardole. Spend this mana only to cast non-creature spells. It's got Undying? What the F? What is going on here with this card? Is this thing like is this guy like secretly a demon of some sort? Some sort of undead thing? Why does he have Undying? Secretly a zombie of some sort. It's a cyborg. All right. Doesn't look like the Terminator to me, but I'm gonna trust you. Matthew Green. I know it would break formats, but they should finish the Spirit Guide cycle just for Commander. Well, they can do that. Well, oh wait, they probably could still do that. You know, there's like 8 Spirit Guides in Legacy. They could live with 12. Or sorry, no, they could live with 20. Hexenor with Soul Bright Seeker. We got a red 2/1 as an additional cost to cast the spell. Behold an elemental, or pay 2. For a red, target creature you control gains trample until end of turn. If this is the 3rd time this ability has resolved this turn, add 4 mana. Oh, it can't go infinite because it's only looking at the 3rd time and then never again. We got Wex Major with, did we do Culling the Week? We have not. This is a black mana source. Sack a creature. Oh, it's not a creature itself is the problem. Disqualified. It's gotta be a creature. So Christopher B got disqualified earlier. You get another shot. You know, you didn't waste your no card yet. A Darkar Unicorn. What's this all about? All right, we are summoning the unicorn. It's a 3 mana 2/2. Tap to add either a blue or a blue. You either add a blue and a colorless mana to your mana pool. This mana is usable only for Commune Upkeep. Good God. It's useless. Place ability as an interrupt. Well, how else am I supposed to play this stupid ability? Well, not only is it super unusual, it's also borderline useless. Well, it's not. This one doesn't get buzzed. This one's a legal card. We got Belor with, did we do Tyvel Kell? Nope. Tyvel Kell. Tyvel. Did I spell that right? Tyvel. I did. It's the first one right. Tyvel. You got the name spelled wrong. Sorry about that. I have no idea who you're talking about. What next? What do we have here? Micum with, does Overlord of the Hauntwoods count? Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Take a look. So 5 mana for a 6/5 with impending of 3. When Overlord of the Hauntwoods enters or attacks, create a tapped colorless land token named everywhere that is every basic land type. 100% counts. What I actually like about this one better is that it has to tap to attack, so it almost feels like it's tapping for mana, even though we're tapping it for a tapped colorless land token. Still, ramp is ramp. Few cards make land. Very few. Yeah, actually making lands, not digging it out of your deck or whatever. Lesthian with Orcish Lumberjack. Oh yeah, we didn't do the Orcish Lumberjack. We have a red 1/1 tap, sacrifice a forest, add 3 mana in any combination of green or red to your mana pool. Also a very, very strong card. Very underrated. Turned like all your lands into Black Lotus. Except they can only add red or green, but only put in your red and green deck. What do you have to lose around here? Ryan Harris says, I want to see a card that makes nowhere. That's a land with no land types, not even wastes. I think wastes is probably your best bet for the most part. Did I disqualify your card, Jevel? We have more. You want more Soul Hoarder. Morsel Hoarder is a 6 mana 6/4. Comes into play with 2 -1/-1 counters on it, but remove a -1/-1 counter from Morsel Hoarder. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Wow, you can actually remove both of them at the same time. And it's immediately a 6/4. And you don't have to worry about it being shrunk. Orcish Lumberjack is crazy to encounter in person. You mean the actual Orcish Lumberjack? Someone that's 8 feet tall with a giant axe in their hand? Okay, who else has no card yet? Bob Talks Bridge with Clothis. Oh my, what happened to this card? I totally forgot this card exists. This card is such a good card. It's a 3 mana 4/5 indestructible. As long as your devotion to red and green is less than 7, Clothis isn't even a creature. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a land, you add a red or a green. Otherwise, you gain 2 life and Clothis deals 2 damage to each opponent. This is like such a good card. How did this get like lost to time? Used to see like a good chunk of play in Modern. Now it sees like 0 play. I think it sees 0 play anywhere. Should see a lot more play. It's a nice card. I've had a buddy play it against me. Well, anyone can play any card against anybody at any time. Okay, are we at no 2 cards in? Oh, Conspiracy Cracker wants a card. Neheb, Dreadhorde, the Dreadhorde Champion. This is 4 mana for a 5/4 zombie Minotaur Warrior. Trample. When Dreadhorde Champion deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, you may discard any number of cards. If you do, draw that many cards and add that much red mana. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases, and love this card. Very nice for today's show. Might be a fun commander. It could. We did Deathrite Shaman. Sorry about that. Voltland with Kibo. Uktabi Prince. Is this like the babies from the Sex Monkeys card? 3 mana for a 2/2 Monkey Noble. Tap. Each player creates a colorless artifact token named Banana with tap. Sack this artifact, add a red or a green, and you gain 2 life. Is it technically a food? No, it is not a food. Whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control that's an ape or a monkey. And then whenever Kibo attacks, defending player sacrifices an artifact. This is a beautiful card suggested. Very, very beautiful. T. Corellius wants to remind us, lost of time. Tell that to Liliana the Veil. It used to be a $100 card. Now it's what? Like getting close to bulk rare pricing? Absolutely. Yeah, it's just terrible. Well, Magic's no longer about having like one individual big creature on the battlefield. So, yeah, Liliana sucks in that environment. We got Phil Gold with the Bone Miser. Bone mising it up around here. 5 mana for a 4/4. Oh, it's just waste not the creature. Whenever you discard a creature card, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Whenever you discard a land card, add double black. Whenever you discard a non-creature non-land card, draw a card. Oh, here's an interesting card. The Prophet of Krufix. Isn't this card banned? I think this is a banned commander card. It is banned. They banned this thing. But it's perfectly legal for today's show. 5 mana for a 2/3. Untap all creatures' lands you control during each other player's untap step. You may cast creature cards as though they had flash. The ultimate ramp card. Hell, it ramp you like 3 times rotation. Does it count though? Absolutely. Absolutely it counts. Not a dork. It's literally a creature that gets you more mana. I understand. We're going to be a little loose on the term of what a dork is. I would prefer that the creature taps somehow, but I'm going to allow some certain versions that don't. We've got... Didn't I get your thing? The big squid? I thought I got your card. Okay, Wall of Tinder. I guess wood. Not the dating site. Wall of Tinder. There's not really any way for me to go wrong spelling this card. Wall of... No, it doesn't exist. Something, it might, maybe something else of Tinder? Hold on. Oh, maybe it was Tinder Wall? Yeah, Tinder Wall. I think that's what you want. Yeah, Tinder Wall. I figured it out. It started sounding familiar. You know, those words were familiar. Even though I don't know what this card does. Green 0/3 Defender. Sacrifice your Tinder Wall. Add double red to your mana pool. It's like the golden goose. You want to get all the geese at once, you sack the goose. And for a red, sacrifice Tinder Wall. Tinder Wall deals 2 damage to target creature. It's blocking. So it seems like we have to dig in to get the golden eggs one way or another. Okay, next we got super chats from Steve Cooper. Karn Legacy Reforged. Like when you turn back into a creature. Oh, we have a 5 mana star. He is a golem still. Karn Legacy Reforges power and toughness are each equal to the greatest mana value amongst artifacts you control. At the beginning of your upkeep, add a colorless for each artifact you control. This mana can't be spent to cast non-artifact spells. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. You can save it for as much as you want to play whatever artifacts you want. I think maybe we didn't get Blood Pet. Blood Pet from Alex the Mexican. Also is part of Team Rocket, who apparently has stolen Pikachu. Very, very confused. Okay, we have a black 1/1. Sack your Blood Pet. You got one mana. 1 black mana specifically. We got Tina Mine. Hey Nikachu, just stopping in to say Rasputin Dreamweaver. I'm playing Arc Raiders right now. Thank you very much, but we did Rasputin already. Sorry about that. It has been suggested. Get off your game, come back, suggest more cards. Okay, we're gonna get a second one. Okay, well, Roots, it's not that unusual though. It's really close. It's really close though. The only unusual thing is it does have to kill itself. Because it's a 2 mana 0/5 with Defender. Put a -0/-1 counter on this creature. Add a green. Activate only once each turn. And I've played against many Wall of Roots. They'll eventually eat themselves to death. Where there's no more. Yeah, -0/-1 counters are weird. You know what's weird? -0 anything. Why couldn't it just be put a 0 -1 counter on it? Why do they have to specify it's a -0? Makes no sense to me. Toads wants Poison Frog. Poison Frog is a 2 mana 1/1 with reach. Tap to add 1 mana of any. Come on, did I get your card? You're getting like 3 cards all of a sudden. Okay, 2 mana for a 1/1 reach. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Also for 2 mana. Poison Dart gains Death Touch until end of turn. Okay, John, what do you got for us here with the super chat? Priest of Forgotten Gods. Oh my god, how do we forget that one? Well, the name is as it is. For 2 mana, it's a 1/2. Tap, sack 2 other creatures. Any number of target players each lose 2 life and sack a creature. You add double black and actually draw a card. This is a very, very interesting card. A lot of value to be gained from this thing. But for it's kept in check for as long as you can keep the board mostly empty. Or I guess keep Priest of Forgotten Gods off the battlefield as well. That would also work. We did Runaway Steamkin. What else do we have here? Let's get Rin with Balin. So we're at the point where you have no card yet. You could let me know, but if you haven't got a second card yet, you know, you're eligible for being suggested. So we have a 3 mana 4/3 Rabbit Warrior named Balin. Tap 2 untapped tokens you control. Add 1 mana of any color. Tap 3 untapped tokens you control. You get to draw a card. Tap 4 untapped tokens you control. Put 3 +1/+1 counters on Balin, the Haymaker, and it gains Trample until end of turn. Really nice card. Who else has no 2 cards yet? Toilet Duck. You know, I still think you should get an avatar of a duck, just sort of swimming in the toilet. Quirion Explorer. I think I made that suggestion like 4 or 5 years ago. Shout out to Toilet Duck. Been around here for a very long time. Quirion Explorer is a 2 mana 1/1. Tap, add 1 mana. Add to your mana pool 1 mana of any color that a land an opponent controls could produce. Okay. Reminds me of there's some land that's like that. It's like tap for mana, but only add mana that your opponent could produce, or some crap like that. We got the super chat from Transwarp. Orcish Lumberjacks. Oh no, we've done that one before. We've already done Orcish Lumberjacks. Trans, get me suggest another card so you don't waste your super chat. Otherwise, we'll donate it at the end of the show. Okay, we'll move on to T. Corellius, who also had a super chat. Yadora the Grave Gardener. In a roundabout way. That's totally fine. We can have roundabout way cards. This is a 5 mana 5/5. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may return it to the battlefield face down under its owner's control. And it's a forest land. That's what I'm talking about here. Shucks just got here. Just donate it. Okay, we'll work on that. We can donate it. We can donate to you. Next. Did we... Elves of Deep Shadow? It's like the most normal of all the cards, because it's literally just Mana Dork. It's literally just a Mana Dork, but you lose a life. That's all. Tapped out of black. Elves of Deep Shadow deals 1 damage to you. Very, you know, it's a... Don't bite the hand that feeds you, you stupid Elves of Deep Shadow. Renaria! We did that one. We did Eric's Methus. Sorry about that. We'll get... Did you even get 1 card, Xcal? Have we done Raphelos, Llanowar Emissary? Raphelos. Llanowar... Is that the one that adds a green for, like, every single elf you control? Or how does it work? Oh, no, it's your lands. Double green, 2/1. Tap, add green to your mana pool for each forest you control. Banned Commander for some reason. I don't know. Is this still worth being banned in Commander? Commander seemed pretty powerful. As if they would not even care about this card. But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it still comes out on turn 2. It'd still be a hassle. But then you can't play with so many utility lands. You gotta play with stupid forests. And you can't play with a cool commander. You gotta play with basically a sort of a weird generic whatever. That's banned for a good reason. Okay. Look, I'm not defending it. I'm just asking questions around here. Not making any statements. Menose with the Frog Butler. I just like the art for this. Makes me chuckle. You like the art, huh? Is it unset-like art? This is very, very bizarre. It's from the Turtles, from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set. 2 mana, 1/1, Death Touch, tap to add 1 mana of any color. And for 2 mana, this creature gains reach until end of turn. Weird, it doesn't have Death... Oh no, it does have Death Touch. This creature gains reach? I guess the tongue gets that far, I suppose. Jeff says it's banned because it makes mono green so freaking fast. They will not unban because it's an expensive reserve list card. Is it really all that expensive? Hold on, what was it? It's like $64. It's like nothing for a reserve list card. There are more expensive reserve list cards out there. Try unbanning Library of Alexandria. Okay, we have David Sampson with the Valley Maker. For the Lumberjack Repeaters. 6 mana for a 5/5. Tap, sack a mountain. Valley Maker deals 3 damage to target creature or tap, sack a forest. Choose a player. That player adds triple green to their mana pool. That's basically the super Lumberjack. Lumberjack Ultra. This is Lumberjack Final Boss. There'll be $2,000 if they unban it. It might. Proxy it. Is anyone afraid of proxies out there? Buy it now, then suggest for it to get unbanned. Okay, we got to use the super chat from Transwarp. We're going to use it on... We'll give it to Travis. Oops, Travis. So you're not Travis. Travis, Warren Soul Trader. I'll use that sound effect to use this one. Three mana for a 3/3. Pay 1 life, sack another creature. Create a treasure token. Interesting ramp there. It's a lot of work. Pay one life, sack another creature. Oh, this is probably a pretty good combo card, just because anything that has like sacrifice a creature without expending any mana on it, it's always good. And then this card actually gives you mana at the end of all of it. Too much mana, in fact. Oh! With Migratory Greathorn. 4 mana for a 3/4. It's got mutate for 3 mana. When this creature mutates, search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library. You know what? I'm not feeling the mana dork out of this. It just feels like a Farseek of it's a ramp card for sure. I want something to be tapped. Well, yeah, I understand the land came into play tapped. Suggest another card. It's too loose. Because otherwise, I would have to include all the... I'll tell you this much. It's also not that unusual, because there's a lot of creatures out there that dig for lands. We want more unusual abilities. Next, let's take a look at... Oh my god, Mycom, this is such a good one. Mind Goblin. What is this? It's hard to look up. There it is. 3 mana for a 2/2. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on it. Add red for each unique vowel on that sticker. And oh my god. This thing was just completely broken when it first came online. The digital version of this was just completely different. I'm just going to say that. I'm just happy that it is borderline banned everywhere, except Commander. It should be banned there too. Ban it all over the damn place. Hinaria with Illuminor. What the hell is a Cesar? Sharaz? Illuminor Sharaz. It's a 3 mana 3/3. Secrets of the Soul. Sacrifice another creature. Add an amount of black equal to the sacrificed creature's mana value. This is so perfect. This is a very perfect type of card for this show. Thank you for this suggestion. Epic Moment Guru with Gyre Sage. Is that the avatar has like the style of Undertale, but I don't recognize that character at all. So 2 mana 1/2 Elf Druid. Evolve. Tap, add a green for each +1/+1 counter on our Gyre Sage. Also a great suggestion. What else do we not have here? Sacrifice Emrakul for 15 black. What was that here? Yeah. 15 black mana. 15 black mana is still 15 black mana. I don't know why you're sacrificing your Emrakul. You might want to keep that Emrakul. Okay, we got Morgan with Mishra. Which kind? Mishra Excavation Prodigy. Mishra is a 3 mana 2/1 with haste. Haste makes waste, Mishra. Pay 1, tap, discard a card, draw a card. Whenever you discard 1 or more artifact cards, add double red. This ability triggers only once each turn. That is definitely acting like a mana dork, though. You tap it, you get mana. Did Mercenary get a card yet? Where's Mercenary? Is Mercenary even here? Oh, okay. Mercenary is a goodie. Couldn't see him. The Coal Stoker. Apparently, Toads knows what that card is. I do not. Which means it's old. But it's not that old. It's from Time Spiral, for crying out loud. Coal Stoker is a 4 mana 3/3. When Coal Stoker comes into play, if you have played it from your hand, you add triple red to your mana pool. Oh, Jesus, you've got the Charming Scoundrel. Oops, I didn't spell charming right, that's all. Charming Scoundrel. I got it. 2 mana 1/1 haste. Enters the battlefield, choose 1. Discard a card, then draw a card. You could also create a treasure token. You also create a Wicked Roll token attached to target creature you control. I don't even remember what a Wicked Roll token did. It is... What? Oh, it's double-sided. Enchant creature gets +1/+1, and when it's put in the graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. Oh, this is great. Transwarp. Here, we could give your super chat. Your super chat's given back. Ramos Dragon Engine. You got your super chat after all. Okay, Ramos Dragon Engine is a 6 mana 4/4 flying. Whenever you cast a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Ramos for each of that spell's colors. Remove 5 +1/+1 counters from Ramos. Oh, good God. You get double Wooburg. Activate only once each turn. I guess there's some way to loop this thing. They just want to stop the looping from being possible. Nathan with Arbor Adherent. Nope, it's not been done at all. We got... It's a dog. It's a dog. It's a 2/4 dog for 4 mana. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Tap to add X mana of any one color, where X is the greatest toughness among other creatures you control. Can't count itself, sadly. But if you have 2 Arbor Adherents, then you're rich. You're rich in mana. Big time rich. Is that meant for the Door to Nothingness? Door to Nothingness isn't going to pay for itself. A Blackbird with Pitiless Plunderer? Isn't this like an expensive uncommon or something? 4 mana 1/4. Whenever another creature you control dies, create a treasure token. What the hell? We're pillaging the dead people for their manas? Blackbird is a pirate lover, so am I. All right, we're gonna end the show on Felicia, what the hell? Cabbage, the cabbage merchant? Likes cabbage. Didn't you suggest like that goat thing? Okay, this is a 3 mana 2/2. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, create a food token. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, sacrifice a food token. Tap 2 untapped foods you control to add 1 mana of any color. Beautiful suggestion. All right, everybody. Whoops. That's going to be it for today. Thanks for all your very highly unusual Manadorks. We had a great show today. And of course, if you want to be part of the show, remember the time has changed. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tuesdays, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central Standard. It's 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So gotta get to the morning crowd, and we got a little something for the night gang out around here. Thanks everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or use Super Chat to be part of the show, or even Super Chat so other people are part of the show, financially helping me is great. But you know what's also great? You all being here, because without all of you, I would have no show whatsoever. So special thanks to viewers like you. Like we got Jeff in Argentina, Mercenary, Matthew Green, Christopher B, Ryan Harris, Bob Talks Bridge. We got Micah, David Sampson, Silent Ninja, The Big Squig, Epic Moment Guru, Hexanorts, Toads, Steve Cooper, Conspiracy Cracker, Toilet Duck, Blackbird, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew and Zyber gang, keep brewing those coffees, and we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.